you now get to apply 3 jobs again. So every month, I would apply 3 jobs a month at Google. That was about 36 jobs a year, which was pretty cool. Interesting thing is too, is if you have different emails, you can apply to multiple jobs at Google. So have another email with your profile, your information, use that to apply different jobs at Google, right? Especially if you really want to go there, right? I've had friends do this who told me that's how they got in. They applied different roles at Google, and then they were able to basically finally get an interview, do well, get an offer, right? Google is fascinating in a sense where you have 7 rounds of interviews, right? These 7 rounds are pretty hard. First is with a recruiter, then with a hiring manager, then a panel round of 5 people, and then if you actually pass that, they send you over to a hiring committee that reviews your profile one last time, and then if you get approved, you get the offer. Most companies aren't like this. You usually have 2 to 3 rounds of interviews, and then you get a job, and then you're happy, you get paid, right? Google is not like that. So the interesting thing about working at Google is that you need to do really well in these interviews, and then you're basically paid on a 3-pronged compensation basis. What does that mean? So you get paid base, you get paid bonus, you get paid equity. How does that work? So for me, the way my kind of finances worked was that you get around $160,000 in base, another $100,000 in equity, and another $40,000 in bonus. So about that $300,000 mark, right? That is how you get paid at a tech company, right? The cool thing about working at a tech company, especially if you work at a company where you get paid equity, is that you have the possibility of equity appreciation. In a sense, what happened was at Google, I was getting paid equity at a price of around $85 to $90 for each share. Fast forward today, the share price is now around $160 now per share, right? So just that in itself, the equity I had from work has already doubled itself in value. Awesome, right? So just keep that in mind, is that like whenever you work for a big tech company or a firm that pays you in equity, if you believe in that company, keep all the equity, don't sell it, allow it to appreciate, and then you'll make more money. So that's basically what I did. All the equity at Google, I allowed it to appreciate in value. Keep in mind, you want to keep this equity in your account for more than a year. That way you don't get long-term capital. You won't get taxed as much for long-term capital gains tax, right? So always, 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 if you believe in the company, keep the equity strong. Next part is base. This is your base salary, right? So for my base salary, it was around like $170,000, right, a year, which is almost about $75 or so $85 an hour or so. And then this is paid every bi-weekly Friday, right? The reason this is really important is because if you have a family, if you are providing for people and base salary is very important to you because you have bills, you have people you're providing for, make sure this is a big focus on on what you're getting paid, right? So for me, I was able to get a really good base salary of around $85 an hour. This after taxes, after contributing to my benefits, after contributing to 401k, all that, around $40,000, $4,200 every 2 weeks for me to be paid. And it was actually pretty nice, right? $4,200 after every few weeks or so.